All right, so this time I'm going with a recording style that's a little different because I actually bought this headband thing on Amazon. Allows me to put my phone on it and put it on my forehead, much like a GoPro. And well, let's see how that works out. So this is not exactly a headphone. No, it is a gaming mouse. But see, I'm in the market for a new gaming mouse at the currently, and I said, you know what? While I go through a couple of options, let me see what we have available here. And I'm already going through this. I may as well review it and offer my input on what I think. So this is the Glorious Model D by, well, Glorious. So let's go ahead and start off with build quality here. The build quality is quite decent for a $50 headphone, but just meh for a headphone. I said headphone. I meant to say gaming mouse, but $60 for the glossy finish, $50 for the matte finish. Now, for me, the build quality, I'd say $50 is right on par. I would pay $50 for this right here. I would not pay $60, however, for the glossy finish. And I gotta say, feels all right. Buttons feel tactile, clicky, very responsive, no issues whatsoever. Side buttons here, very decent size as well. Can't complain about it either. What else? You can see there the glorious beard guy on the side. Very nice looking design. It's one of those with the hexagon holes that is meant to like bring down the overall weight of the Model D. And as you can see here, as the box displays, it says 68 grams for the matte white finish for the Model D. Now let me just show you inside the box real quick, show you what they have to offer. As you can see, this is where the mouse goes, this is where the cables go, and this is actually an improved design for the packaging from what they used to offer with the Model O, as far as I'm aware. Now there's no bends, no tears, no nothing like that that could possibly fray the cable over time, which is something I'm glad for. So you open this, it comes with a little snack, some silica gel, and it comes with a message from the CEO themselves. There's the message. You can go ahead and pause and check it out. But I think it's pretty nice little detail that they added here. You know, shows the consumer that they really care for him. This one I would throw it to the side, but I'm just gonna put it on the floor because it's like, you know, thank you. They also have this right here. Just some nice little additional stuff right there. Welcome to the Glorious Legion. Great. Also comes with some stickers as well. Beard guy. They come with additional Model D skates. Keep in mind, these don't replace the current skates that are on the mouse currently. These actually go here on the sides, on top, like right next to this, like right here and right there. I have personally not found a use for these because I find these already to be perfect. Maybe over time you can straight up remove these and then add the other ones just as a replacement, but I don't see why they couldn't just give you a replacement for the same kind to begin with. That would have been much more helpful, but I guess it's nice that they included anyway. It also comes with a Quickstart guide. This kind of tells you, this is essentially the standard setting for the Model D. Offers these buttons, these DPI settings with the DPI indicator being right there on the mouse. As you can see on this one, it's purple because I said it's a purple. What else? Yeah, it's just a quick setup and that kind of stuff. Very nice. Cannot complain. And the box looks pretty decent itself as well. You know, glorious Model D. Fantastic. Now, build is all right then. So RGB, now we're jumping into the features. So the RGB pops out quite a lot. Stock setting is actually set to rainbow wave, but I went ahead and set mine to a purple static, and I figured I may as well just show that. What else? Features, well, comes with RGB, the DPI switch, of course, the DPI indicator, like I had said. This is the Quickstart. I think it's the 3366, if I'm not mistaken. It is the Quickstart, the second to newest one, but there really aren't like massive improvements with the other one over this one, so you have nothing to worry about as far as the functionality goes on the Model D. So They're definitely going to have great performance. I personally found no issues with it. Now, as far as the settings go, let me go ahead and refresh my memory here. As far as the settings go, I went ahead and set mine to purple static with the two DPI settings, 1000 and 2200 DPI, and a debounce time of 6 milliseconds. Now, the reason for that, well, someone had explained in another review I saw that the less the debounce time is, the greater the response time, of course, but you do risk double clicking. Now, I will explain in a future video that, by the way, Model O review coming up and Model O versus Model D coming up as well. So keep an eye out for those. Let me know if you actually want to see those at all, even though this is an audio channel. I figured it might be a nice little extra to have on. So anyways, so that's the build. Those are the features. Very nice. Does come with the extra stuff, but nothing like too flashy, nothing too gimmicky. The PCB on board, just so you know, is spray coated so that sweat doesn't, like, even if sweat goes through the holes and lands inside, it's not going to short circuit and fry your computer or anything like that. Just an FYI. So do not be afraid of this unique design. It's a great additional welcome feature here. Now, as far as the comfort for my hands, just an FYI, my hands are 19 by 9.5 across, or my right hand is at least. And for me, I found it to be quite the perfect shape right here. It's fantastic, but there's one little problem. This is where my thumb is, if you can see right there. This is where my thumb naturally lands on this mouse. I don't know why I struggle to say mouse, but this is where it naturally lands. Now, the problem with that is, what if I want to use these? Because in Overwatch, I really use these. And I need immediate access to them because they are my abilities, 4 and 5, I think. So, for example, with Roadhog, it would be his hook and his heal. So I have to move and shift my thumb up and down to use that. And that's a complication. For me, that's a complication. Because naturally my thumb lands right here, and if I try setting it right here underneath the groove, sure, I can use the buttons because they're plenty large, but the problem is now I have like an unbalance, and that messes with my aim, and that can be a problem. So for me, I found that to be quite the issue. Let's go ahead and refresh again. Slanted grip. So I'm going to keep this one short and simple. There's really not a lot to go through here. Other than that, great. Form with an E? Oh, for me. Just an FYI as well, I used a claw palm hybrid grip when using mice. And that's just my preferred way of gaming. Not for surfing the web. Either, like, the majority of mice you use for surfing the web would be perfectly fine, no issues. I have no issues with that whatsoever. It is when gaming that this issue arises. So, do I recommend this mouse? I actually do. I recommend this mouse a lot for people looking for an smaller ergo shape mouse with some excellent RGB going on, very flashy, very highly customizable, great DPI sensor, great look because it looks fantastic, it looks beautiful, and it's lightweight. But keep in mind, this will only suit your purposes if you do not need immediate access to these. Like, if you can just be in a game without having to have a firm grip on your mouse and then just shift your thumb up to use the buttons, this is an amazing mouse, and I highly recommend it at $50. $60, not so much, unless you're that desperate to get the glossy finish, but frankly, I do not recommend glossy at all. So, anyways, at $50, I think this is a great buy. But yeah, just keep in mind, though, that for me personally, those buttons were kind of hard to access and use conveniently. I had to go, you had to really stretch your thumb to use those, unfortunately. So, what else? I'm going to leave a link down below so you can measure your hand size to Rocket Jump Ninja's channel. This guy is like an excellent guide for how to pick the right mouse for you. And I highly recommend him. And first and foremost, checking out his guide on how to pick the right mouse for you before you actually go and look for an actual mouse on the market. So keep an eye out for that as well. that's really it for me. Yeah, glorious Model D, glorious mouse, but just keep in mind those buttons. Listen, if these buttons were halfway here, like halfway between the top and the bottom, this would be absolute endgame for me, and I would love this mouse until the day it dies out on me. But it's just, it's a no deal for me. It can't. I just can't. So that's all I have to say about it. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if you want to see any more of these mice reviews. I'm still going to be uploading the Model O and Model O versus D comparison in the future because I got these and I may as well have this on tape. Just throw my 2 cents out there. But also keep in mind what you think about this headband kind of recording style. Let me know if you like this or if you prefer my old-fashioned method, which is just to hold it on my left hand and use my right hand to display everything. Me personally, I feel like maybe this is a little too bit of a really high up kind of way of reviewing things, but well, it's up to you. Let me know. Anyways, that's going to do it for me, guys. I'll see you around.